What's up, y'all? I got a banger from Alpha Central. Let's get straight into it.
What's your message to straight, white, conservative men?
Listen to minorities, listen to women, listen to people who are trying to educate you. Don't live in ignorance just because it's easy.
What is a woman?
Stupid.
Bro, she don't even know. We need to listen and not just live in ignorance. It's a really simple question, bro.
That's like a
How are we going to listen?
How are we going to listen and learn if you don't even know the basics of biology there? Come on now. No.
Why would you keep going when you can hear?
Yeah, why wouldn't you just put it in reverse, bro? Just put the car in reverse.
No, and maybe I'm just stupid, okay?
stupid.
Air goes between the tire and the rim.
Wow.
It doesn't go in the rubber of the tire. Because this whole time, I thought you were supposed to put air in the rubber. Look at this tire. The air goes in this space, not in this actual rubber. Can you believe that?
Yep.
What? How?
I can't believe that.
What would you guys do to meet Taylor Swift? Craziest thing you would do?
Divorce my husband. Sorry, I love you, but divorce my husband.
You don't love your husband enough.
Can you imagine a man saying, you know, what would it take for you to meet the lead singer of Lynyrd Skynyrd? Now, I don't even know who it is. I would divorce my wife. She would divorce her husband to meet Taylor Swift. This is a grown woman dressed in a sequin freaking dress. Looking like an underwater jellyfish. What is that, bro? Come on, bro.
She might do better with.
How do you even get into that conundrum there? Why are you out of the vehicle? Why is it going so fast? Like, what is going on? What is going on?
Your restaurant had ladies' night, and a radical leftist is suing them for gender discrimination. He won the lawsuit. Ladies' night is not only done forever, the restaurant can't afford the lawsuit and has to shutter its doors.
Customers are enjoying one last cocktail, one more meal at Lima.
It's just sad. It's just so sad.
The family-run restaurant in downtown Concord has been around for nearly 9 years and is now set to close permanently at the end of the month.
I mean, I love this place.
The owner telling us they haven't been able to fully bounce back from the cost of settling a recent discrimination lawsuit related to discounting drinks for women on its ladies' night.
A frivolous lawsuit that took us down, and it's this ambulance chasing lawyers.
Several similar lawsuits have been filed throughout the country, taking aim at variations of ladies' night.
Done. Lawsuit. Bam. Lawyer got rich. Ladies, no more half-price appetizers or drinks. Who is to blame for this? The people that say men and women are exactly equal.
So not only are the ladies.
Why would you want to get that banned if you get cheap drinks? Like, chat, how dumb is that? Like, there's no way I'd want that to get banned if I was getting cheap drinks. Why would I want to ban that? That's so dumb.
Y'all want to see real talent? Then go somewhere else.
Go look somewhere else.
I mean,
I think I've seen that clip too. That's good.
I'm a woman. Of course I know how to do an oil change.
Are you sure about that?
Bro, looked like a squid straight spray farted on her face. Oof. Can you imagine some of that getting in your eye? I'm sure that can't be good.
I didn't trust a woman to cut the grass nowadays. How have you managed that?
My sister in Christ, how? I mean, a simple no would have sufficed, but I'm not going to lie, I'm impressed. How do you even accomplish this? I mean, it's unfathomable.
Yeah, how did you get the mower wrapped up like that?
Because in like a Tom and Jerry type situation, you cut in the grass, you got tune force, you know what I'm saying? So you don't run into the pole, you just start going up it, and then bam, it got stuck. That's crazy work, fam.
I need to.
That is crazy work. Like, how do you get that? What do you have, like a tether ball strapped to that tree limb or whatever that is, that pole, and just your wire gets caught up in it? Like, what is going on, bro? That is crazy work. It's devious work right there.
We're trying to pull some strings to get in the Ferrari. I'm pushing my luck.
No, this is not going to be good.
Let's reverse slowly.
Easy to drive.
It's not very easy to drive.
Would you like to inspect the Ferrari?
He said, I'm sorry to her.
Oh, come on, there's a brake pedal.
She goes, it's not that easy to drive. Immediately just played the victim. Well, it's not very easy to turn. Yeah, it's because it's a very powerful sports car. You probably shouldn't drive it if you don't know what you're doing.
Disappear. About half a day, the power grid fails from lack of proper operation. 94% of operators are men. Day 2. Everyone has realized that no one will be supplying shop. 84% of truck drivers are men. Panic looting begins. With next to no law enforcement, 83% of police officers are men. By that night, backup systems have failed and all utilities shut down completely. No water, no electricity, no gas, no telecommunications. Women will resort to lighting candles and building makeshift open pit fires for heating and cooking, leading inevitably to building blazes, which in the absence of almost all firefighters, 89% of which are men. Day 3, apocalyptic scenario. Fires that had started the previous evening are still raging across cities worldwide. Think of smoke as compounded by rotting garbage and human waste, which, in the absence of water pressure, has been often just dumped outside of buildings. Millions of women by this point have already...
Seems like women need men.
Yeah, this whole post-apocalyptic thing. Like, chat, realistically, how long do you guys think you could last if it all went down? You know what I mean? Do you guys got a bunker? Are you a prepper? You know what I mean? Do you have the necessary capabilities to withstand not just the outside forces of whatever it may be if it's like a zombie apocalypse, but I'm mainly worried about other people, like in marauders. Like, imagine it's just you and your dog and your girl. I'm just going to use myself as an instance here. Like, you got to use the weapons you got at home. You know what I mean? And you got to eat the rations you got because everybody's looting H-E-B and Walmart. Everybody's looting that. How long, realistically, do you think you could last? Like, Cass is like, if that happens, if there's a zombie apocalypse, she's like, just get rid of me. She's like, get rid of me. I don't even want to be around. Are you one of those people, or do you think you could last a bit? I think I'd be pretty resourceful. If I had to resort to violence, I probably would. Just, you know, being a man, that's kind of how it is. It's like, you gotta fight to survive kind of type thing. I think I could at least make it a week here, you know, eating charro beans out of a can. You know, eating some of the beef jerky that we have. I don't think I'd last very long, though. I'd have to hit those streets and be a runner. She's a track star. If I wanted to stay alive very long. What is she doing? Pull the car up, honey. Are you stupid? Pull the car up. What are you doing? Like, you got 3 brain cells all fighting for 4th place. Unreal, brother. My kids, why they have different daddies? Because you're she's a runner, she's a track star. That's why. These kids cannot be proud of that.
You know, when I was a kid growing up in the beautiful state of North Carolina, it was really tough for a young man if he had a mama with a fat. More importantly, we used to joke on each other. I'll talk about your mama, you talk about my mama, but nobody could prove that, right? Nowadays, these women with teenage sons have no shame about their whole past. They have no shame about letting people know. Look at their faces. They
are disgusted.
Are disgusted with their mother, especially the daughter. Look at her. Look at son. He can't believe his mama acting like this on the internet. But more importantly, he can't even do about it because she pays the bill. He got YN thoughts going on right now. Look at her daughter's face.
Not only is she embarrassing her.
I mean, so true. Well, what's really truly sad, in my opinion, is that, like, there's a lot of women out there these days doing LonelyFans, selling their buttholes online for $4.99. And there's teenage boys, teenage girls going to school, and their classmates know that their mom does it. Imagine, dude, imagine you're in high school. Your mom does LonelyFans. Somebody finds out your mom does LonelyFans. They print off a picture of her pink taco, vertical smile, bearded axe wound, and put it on your locker. You'd be devastated. You'd be devastated. You'd be the mockery of the whole entire school. We're seeing this right now in live time. We're seeing a lot of boys and girls, especially at the teenage level, be clowned for their parents' horrible decisions. Just a whole lot of fatherless activities. It's truly sad. It's truly sad because I don't want kids to grow up around this. I don't know about you guys, but like going to high school was hard enough as it is. You know, you get clowned, especially if you're not a big dude. Like I wasn't a big guy. I was pretty slim. I think I broke 160 pounds when I was like in my 20s. Like I was a skinnier guy. But, you know, you get picked on. But imagine having that extra level of getting picked on. Or if your sister did it or something. Bro, it'd be that's why all these kids are crashing out right now. What's
I don't
going
need
on?
a man, part 1.
You don't need a man, part 1?
Oh my god.
Got my nose looking like a freaking who. What is that, bro?
Second attempt of I don't need a man. Oh my god, I need a man.
Lie detector test determined that was a lie. You do need a man.
Well, she changed her mind.
Yes, you do need a man. Bro, she couldn't even get that thing. She couldn't even get one chop on that thing. A slap chop could have done better. What is this? Lemmy Devato?
Your favorite dish? My favorite dish? I like mugs because they're very
you
stupid.
What's your favorite dish? That was the dumbest answer I've ever heard.
Very comfortable in your hand, and they hold the hot things that you don't have to touch. So, you know, coffee or hot.
Well, I guess a mug is...
Honey, you don't gotta explain it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You really don't have to explain it. We've heard all we needed to hear. We know. And that's because navigating the dating scene can be tough, but so can dealing with the aftermath of an accident. Have you ever been involved in a personal injury case? Over the years as an image consultant, I've worked with many clients recovering from injuries ranging from car accidents to workplace accidents and more. And I was shocked to see how many people lose their personal injury cases. That's why I want to talk about Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. They specialize in a wide variety of personal injury cases, and they've won thousands of big cases. And if you do end up working with them, they're going to fight for the money that you deserve. Just recently, Morgan & Morgan secured verdicts of $12 million in Florida and $26 million in Philly. That's up to 40 times the highest insurance offer. And I'm telling you, your case could be worth millions. If you've been injured in an accident, don't wait. You can visit www.forthepeople.com/Levi, where you can start your free claim today. Y'all know what time it is. These are the sweet potato wrapped in the beef jerky. Look, you want some? Free? Sit. Wait. Can we get some frees in the chat? Free. Go to your place. Had to switch up the color combo for you guys today. I think I told you guys, we were making steaks the other night and accidentally dropped like a sweet potato because we made sweet potato and steaks. And dude, he ate up that sweet potato so quick. It was a raw sweet potato too. Loki's so weird because I've had pets in the past that won't eat vegetables at all. And chat, let me know. Let me know in the comments in the chat. Do you have an animal, and if so, do they eat veggies? But like Loki will eat all sorts of veggies. He'll eat sweet potatoes. He likes celery. He even likes bell peppers, dude. He likes carrots. It's so weird to me that a dog will eat as many veggies. Now, he loves meat of all kinds. Don't matter, chicken, beef, pork, salmon. He likes fish the most, I believe. But it's just wild to me that he will actually eat a lot of veggies. And look, he always licks the bed. He always licks that bed. Get the schmaltz off, buddy. Get that little schmaltz. Get the little schmaltz off the bed there. He cracks me up, dude. Let's get back to this video.
No.
Oops. Sorry, chat. A little bit too far back here.
So, you know,
yeah, I like mugs.
Dish, but that's not the type of answer that we're looking for.
So many women can't have lives because they're taking care of their mothers. Sons are doing the same thing. It's called being a son husband.
Son husband and a sister wife, yeah, or a daughter wife.
They don't want to leave because mama is alone. Mama ain't had no man.
Mm-hmm.
So these kids end up living around their mama because their mama is an insufferable biznatch who could not ever decide to get with a man, and don't nobody want to leave and go off and live a life because they don't want mama to die by themselves. So they end up living guilted into making their mother's life, and they don't even have a life.
Parents really need to understand.
Facts, dude. Son husbands, man. Kevin Samuel's always preaching the truth. I want to start doing a series like this on IG where I call it Are You Delusional? And I'll have people on. But yeah, dude, son husbands, daughter wives, we see it all the time. Chat, do you know anybody that's a daughter wife or a son husband? I do know some. It's quite sad. They're in their 30s, they're alone, and all they have is their family. It's truly sad. And when I mean family, I mean like their parents.
Money tomorrow. If you go broke, because everybody know that tomorrow you can lose it all. For sure. What else do you have? Your personality from what you're saying is trash. Your mindset, what you're saying right now of a woman is trash. How you're talking about how we should carry ourselves as a woman is trash. So what else do you have if you lose it all?
Okay, so my mindset about women is very good. My mindset about masculine is trash. And there's a difference. I love black women. Oh, my mother was one. My grandmother was one. I love them. But these motherfuckers, masculine, modern, independent, strong motherfuckers wanna act like niggas. Oh yeah, my mindset for them hoes is trash. I love a goddamn submissive, soft, feminine, black, smart, sexy, intriguing black woman. These goddamn ratchet ass skinny hoes that listen to the Sexy Red every day. Michelle Obama. Let the church say amen.
So what I'm trying to say is, what is your submissive?
Masculine woman. Okay, let me help you out a little bit. Okay, a woman that's submissive is supposed to be okay to be in her
Fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, things like that. A helpmate, part of your piece, not a piece of the problem.
feminine self and her soft girl energy. No, understanding that the man is the head of the household and that is the leader. Understanding that she is there to complement his actions and be his helpmate into whatever direction he may go. Understanding that, you know what, if I'm driving the car, the woman has the GPS. Okay, that's what I mean. When I talk about y'all masculine motherfucker, y'all over in the motherfucking passenger seat grabbing the goddamn wheel. Don't be on side of the goddamn road, fuck masculine. Stay in your goddamn place.
That was a pretty good example that he just...
that dude cracks me up. I'd love to interview that guy as well. I don't know who he is. What is it? Ugly Money Niche or something? I don't know. I don't know what podcast this is. This dude's hilarious. He's got the soundboard on deck as well. It's absolutely hilarious. Girls can't drift. That's not drifting.
Stupid.
You're just driving around in circles. Where's the drifting happening? It's not drifting at all. It's just driving in a circle, bro.
So a little while ago when I was saying that I'm a homebody, there was a whole bunch of girls in my comments talking about, well, while you're sitting at home being boring, your man is going to be out cheating with women that like to be out. Okay? So let's take that logic. And let's take the inverse of it, right? So if you're the type of girl who always want to be out, you know, brunches with the girls, drinks with the girls, day parties, rooftop parties, she's a runner, she's a track star, hookah lounges, happy hours, and girls trips.
You're a cheater.
What exactly do you think your man is doing? By taking the inverse of your logic, your man is cheating with a woman who is more than happy being at home with him.
I love it.
I didn't say it. Y'all did.
She ain't.
Hey, I love it. Well, I don't know about you guys. Chat, let me know in the comments right now. Put a 1 in the comments if you're a homebody. 2 in the comments if you'd like to go out. Personally, for me, big homebody. I don't mind chilling at the crib, hanging out with Cass, watching a movie. Last night we watched The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville. If you guys haven't seen that movie, it's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, dude, like we stay at home all the time. We go out to eat. That's pretty much it. But we stay at home.
I'm dating for money, not love.
Shocking. What a truly unexpected shift in priorities.
Sorry, I'm dating for money, not love.
I wonder what the end goal there is.
I have always entered relationships with like a 50-50 mindset. Like I'm always ready for like equality, even though there is no equality because we live in a patriarchy. So why am I acting equal?
Oh, goody. The buzzword patriarchy was used, the favorite term of those who try to use that particular phrase to justify their illogical positions.
Patriarchy, misogyny. There's a couple buzzwords there.
I've never ever thought that I would be the type of person who would want to date someone for money, but dating for love isn't working. I'm not enjoying myself, and transparently, inflation is crazy.
Let's all take a moment to appreciate the irony of individuals who complain about the patriarchy and equality, yet want to date specifically for money so that they can be completely or almost completely dependent on a man. How does that work, logically?
I only have a few good years left in me. Like, I am going to use them for what they're worth.
Rather sounds like someone is trying to sell goods on the market rather than find a relationship. Yes, feminism has come so far, hasn't it, that it's actually gone backwards.
I'm sorry.
Well, it seems like the feminists nowadays have just turned back into the women that we had in the 50s and 60s. A lot of these women have gone so far one way that they ended up like doing a 180 instead of a 360 like they think they're doing. Or maybe I'm wrong on both of those. I don't know. That sounded pretty stupid. But I feel like these women are starting to realize that it's okay to have a man that makes more money than them, that is superior to them in a lot of ways, especially ladies. Because here's the thing, dude. If you want a man that's taller than you, more competent than you, more confident than you, makes more money than you, has a better career than you, has more friends, a better network, is stronger than you, like all these things, you're literally describing someone who's superior to you, which insinuates that you're inferior to him. So I don't think it's necessarily women want equality. They do want men that are better than them in every way, but then they don't want to submit to this man. Then they want to be equal. It's like, well, you want somebody that's way better than you. You're not gonna get equality when this guy's literally better than you in like pretty much every category. Stronger, faster, better, more intelligent, makes more money. If the roles were reversed and women were all those things, and we wanted women that were tall, successful, strong, then us men would be like, all right, you take the lead there. You got it held down, honey boo boo. We're gonna go ahead and take a back seat. But women, for some reason, the ego is so strong that they don't want to take that back seat. It's weird.
We want equality.
Okay.
So you'll give the father of your child 50-50 custody? Oh, no, not like that, not like that.
They want equality only.
Yeah, they only want equality. It's like privilege is blind to those who have it. They want, very selective equality. What is this? What is she doing here? What? Your car is definitely wider than that. That you got a whole. You could park a freaking truck right there. Don't you have a backup camera? What is going on here?
I've had somebody in my office tell me that she was leaving her husband and she's going to go through with it because even though I may say it's biblically wrong, she feels complete peace about it. And my answer was, Jonah felt so much peace he was asleep on the boat. And he got hurled over. I wouldn't let your subjective feel, and besides that, if you're at peace rebelling against God, that doesn't tell me you're in good shape. That tells me you're beyond feeling.
Yeah.
And so I think the pursuing of holiness in these matters is very important to help people understand.
Sometimes
Well, I think the biggest thing about that is people don't marry with a religious hierarchy anymore. They just marry for love. But the whole point of marriage is, God's first, then the man, then the woman, then the children. People don't have that sense of duty anymore, for richer, for poor, for sickness, or for health. You know what I mean? Like, there's no sense of duty anymore. It's just like, well, I get the butterflies and he makes me feel special, so I want to be married to him. Instead of like having a for real duty, like Cass knows that she has certain duties around the house, just like I know I have certain duties. We help each other, like we're a team. We don't say I, me, or my, we say our with everything that we do, from finances to the house to lokes. So it's just a mindset shift that's really changed since the feminism movement happened in the 60s, where women have just become more individualistic as opposed to being more a part of the whole. Like we are a unit now. You're not an individual anymore when you're married.
Is basically the antithesis of feminism. And I also think that masculinity represents accountability. A lot of times in male-dominated spaces, there's a lot of accountability. But whereas women-dominated spaces, you bend the rules, you allow certain things to go past, and you allow a lot more inefficiency because of the emotions to take place. And while that's great in some aspects when it's complemented with masculinity, because I don't want people to get the vibe that we're just dogging on femininity.
Right.
We're dogging on the fact that feminism doesn't hold people accountable and doesn't ever protect women's actual mental stability. It just encourages mental instability because feminism profits off of that mental instability. There are also toxic versions of, like, toxic femininity really does exist, and feminism doesn't allow us to talk about that. All the places where femininity can get hijacked are where masculinity needs to come back in and restabilize.
Love it. Love that.
Accountability.
What's so funny to me is that feminism's really made women turn into the men they've always hated. That's what feminism has done, in my opinion. Chat, put a 1 in the agree if you agree. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put 1 in the agree if you agree.
Stupid.
Dude, I'm having a tough one today. I haven't had coffee yet. But feminism is really turning women into the masculine men that they've always hated. Because you want to go out there and you want to be treated more like a man, which is great, fine, and good, and you want to hate on men. But it seems like the feminism movement has really made women turn more into men than them becoming more feminine. You know what I mean? I don't know. Do you agree with that? It's just what it seems like. I see a lot of the feminists now, and like they're like short-haired, they have tattoos. They look like men to me. They're not exuding femininity. And you would think if they were all about feminism, being feminine, that they would exude femininity and not masculine energy. But I don't know, maybe I'm way off base.
Certain women actually can appreciate that good man that they actually said that they wanted.
I think it's kind of hard to appreciate something you've never seen a true example of.
Well, there's another point to this is a lot of women don't know how to love a man because they didn't have their father in their life. A lot of kids are raised up in single family homes or single parent homes, and most of the time it's a single mom. As we've seen, the statistics of single motherhood produces a ton of degeneracy right now. So a woman that truly can't build a bond with a man, more than likely, not all the time, more than likely, she couldn't build a good loving bond with her father. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. But I think the foundation of what love is to a man is for a woman is going to be from a daughter to a daddy, right? That's the first bit of love you're going to get from a man. You're going to learn how to respect a man. You're going to learn how a man moves, how he operates, and then you can have adornment and love for that man. That translates to you being a teenager and being an adult and finding your own man. But a lot of women nowadays don't even have a father figure, because these single moms think they're better off alone. They'd rather put you on child support and have 50-50 custody. I mean, realistically, getting your kid 2 to 3 weekends a month, let's say 4 weekends a month, you're really not going to instill a lot of the morals, ethics, and values that you would really want. I mean, do you agree with that, chat? Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. With limited exposure to the child, you can't really instill a lot of the virtues that you want. You can't teach them a lot of the cultural things, your morals, your ethics, the way you think, the way you handle problems, the way you problem solve. So without that time, it's very precious. It's very precious because that time, you don't get a lot of it. When kids are young, you know, from the ages of when they're born to when they're like 13 or 14, I believe that's when you make the majority of your decisions as far as internally of who you are as a person and your personality. And then from like 12 to 17, you figure out how to act a little bit more mature and learn how to fit in. And then from 17 on, that's really just who you are. Now, you can mature a little bit. I think it's more or less you learn how to act in public, you know, but sometimes I feel like I'm still the goofy 17-year-old that's in high school. You know, I don't feel like I'm 34 sometimes. My body sure as hell does. You know what I mean? You try to get up early in the morning, you try to go do something. It's like, oh boy, back in my day, my back wouldn't go out when I was just trying to tie my shoes, you know, stuff like that. I got to stretch now. When I was 17, I ain't had to stretch. But if women would have more fathers in their lives, they would be able to build that bond with their father, have that hierarchy of love, and then when they go out into the dating market, more than likely, they would be able to build a strong bond with a man. A lot of women nowadays don't even get that chance because they're raised by single moms.
Single mom. A lot of women grow up in households to where a real man is not there. They watch their mama cycle through men who living off their mama, who they paying his car note, he's sleeping on her couch, things of that nature, and then they go out and date what's familiar. And sometimes what's familiar could be detrimental as hell to you, but it's comfortable at the same time, because this is all I know, right? So when I run into a man who's quote unquote good, he doing I ain't never seen. He's showing me things that are uncomfortable for me. I'm used to toxicity. My mama had a toxic man. My auntie had a toxic man. My sister had a toxic man. My baby daddy was a toxic man. So again, if that's all I've ever seen, if I run into something that foreign, I'm gonna be a little uncomfortable with that. So a lot of women, and unfortunately, a lot of women gotta lose a great man to learn how to appreciate him.
Most of the time, it does.
I mean, that's facts. It was very well said. Very well said. And even when those women meet those men, they don't know how to act. They're used to, like you said, the toxicity. And from my understanding of women and what I've gone through being raised by a single mom and being in a relationship for 8+ years and having a track record of, you know, being around quite a few women don't like to take accountability. Not at all. The ego is a fragile monster of the woman. So it's tough for her to say, you know what, I want to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. This is one thing, though. You want to get further on in life. You want to get to where you want to be, and you're like, why am I not getting to where I want to be? It's because you're avoiding the work that you don't want to do. Like, you know you should do certain things to get where you want to be. Like if you want to start a YouTube channel, you know you should be recording videos. You want to get in really good shape, you know you should be going to the gym. You want to have a better, you know, diet, you know you should be eating better food. You know, if you want to save money, you should really stop ordering DoorDash and Uber Eats. Like you honestly know. Most of the time you know the answers to your problems, but you don't want to do them because they're uncomfortable. The comfortable thing is just to stay course. So here's my challenge to you guys. Every 3 to 6 months, try to do something really uncomfortable. For me, the thing I did that was uncomfortable, the most recent thing I did that was uncomfortable was I added a bunch of gear. So I added this new mount for my screens. I added this camera. It was a big headache, changing my setup completely. It was a big headache, but once I got it figured out, I felt so much better. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get in better shape. I'm gonna get a lot leaner. I'm gonna start doing, if I don't go to the gym, 200 to 300 push-ups a day, always 10,000 steps a day. I get that every day. So this year, my goal is to get 10,000 steps every day for the entire year. Is it gonna suck some days? Yeah, it's gonna suck some days. It's not gonna be fun. And then if I don't go to the gym, I have to do 200 to 300 push-ups. It's like a non-negotiable. And once you start getting those non-negotiables in your life, then what happens? They become habits. And then what happens with the habits? Then they compound, and now they're a healthy habit, and now it's something you have to do every day. And now what does that mean? Now that's the new baseline. That's the new foundation. Like, this is as low as we can go. That's the standard. That's the word I'm looking for. That's the standard now. You build healthy habits, and then that sets standards. You keep building more habits, it raises your standards. Loki, am I right or am I right? Free. Sit. Wait. Can we get some frees in the chat? Free. Go to your place. But that's one thing I learned as a young buck, is that building habits is difficult. But if you can do something, I think they say if you can do something consecutively for 21 days, it now becomes a habit. You start going to the gym quite a bit, you start eating better, you start recording something, you start working on something you want to do outside of your job, you know? Before you know it, you're like, oh, wow, this is normal for me. And then it feels weird if you don't do it. Like if you work a 9 to 5, which I know a lot of folks do, but you don't want to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. When you get off that 9 to 5, work your 5 to 9 or work your 6 to 10. Work on something outside of your job that fulfills you deep down. That's why I'm so blessed to have the channel, because before this, dude, I was in corporate sales, and I'll be honest, I did not want to do corporate sales the rest of my life. That is not something I really wanted to do. I wanted to get out of the rat race. I'd always wanted to do YouTube, do content create. Look, dude, what are you doing back there, bro? He's eating that like such a weirdo. But if you start today, imagine what's going to change in a month, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. If you started today and you stayed, consistent with that habit or that new thing, bro, you'll be light years ahead. It's crazy. What is this? What's he doing? Oh my, wow. Her seatbelt was buckled into his. And he's shifting for her. Lord have mercy on my soul. Oh my, wow. Bro, I'd be double buckled. There's no way.
Why are you trying to bash me for learning from my mistakes and trying not to repeat them? Nothing is more frustrating than when men start trying to devalue you because you're a single mom. Single mom.
I hate to say it. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Your value, if you are a single mom, your value is lower than when you weren't a single mom. I hate to say it. Because what that tells us, especially with the cumbrellas, what that tells us is your decision-making skills are trash, and you gave some man that you didn't deem worthy the highest honor on this planet. You gave him a child. You gave him your womb. You let him transform your body permanently. That just tells us you make really bad decisions. So why should I come and pay a higher price than the last man, play another man's save game? I hate to break it to you guys, but like, there's some things that are unforgivable in the dating market. Being a single mom's one of them. It tells us you made really bad decisions. Why is it up to us to be the big person and forgive you? Shouldn't you be the one to be like, you know what, I messed up. Maybe I need to lower my standards. That's what should happen. But that accountability most of the time has left the chat.
And now you have higher standards. It's like they want you to keep making the same mistakes. Like, it's like, okay,
if you're a single mom and you learn from your mistake, right? And you raise your standards and you want better, you really can't expect better to really want you. Because
facts. Well, and then as Kevin Samuels would say, you don't do better than your baby daddy.
You expect better to want you, then you're not better for them. At that point, they will be settled.
Well, single moms are liabilities to men, not assets. And I think that's what single moms seem to forget, is that as a single mom, you're asking me to take on a legacy that I have no ownership of. I'm really helping out the last man and his legacy. And then most of the time you can't build a good bond with this child. And even if you do and she leaves, now you've lost the child and her. It's just a whole debacle. Is she peeling a banana with a peeler?
Stupid.
What in the HE double hockey sticks is that? Baby girl, no. In the recycling bin as well? Lord have mercy.
How many men no longer open the door for women?
Well, who caused that though?
Y'all did.
who killed chivalry. I think, me personally, I think
Women
some women killed chivalry because I'm gonna tell you why. Let me before you talk, bro. Let me say my piece. The reason why I say that because, and I could have men that can attest to this. When men try to do those nice things, open the door for a woman, you know, slide her chair for her. These men are called, oh, he's too soft.
Yeah, he's too soft or he's a simp. And then when you do it, these women say, I can do it myself. Or they just ignore you. Imagine doing something nice for someone, they don't acknowledge you, or they chastise you for it. It would really, you know, make men not want to do that anymore.
Or when a man give women roses, he's too, bro, it happens. I have men that can attest to this.
It's either you make fun of nice men.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nice guys finish last, bro. Oh, what in the Subaru owner is that?
Hey, I need you to know that I'm not protecting you because I think that you're weak. I'm protecting you because you are the most valuable thing that I have.
Okay, I was about to say, I know it's going to have to be a Jeep or a Subaru.
And I will never let anything happen to you.
Girl, you would get snapped like a twig.
Let that one sink in, my thing.
Whatever you say, Scissor Wizard. Oh my lord. These Subaru ads are so strange. Thank you, Feminist. Oh my god. Machine Gun Karen? How do you delete someone else's account? Oh my god, that's good. That's good. Wait, is she gonna lock herself in? Oh my. Wow.
Stupid.
Yeah, let's go ahead and steal that little Louis Vuitton bag there. What is she doing? What is that?
Soon as a woman calls herself independent, that's a red flag to me. We don't like independent women.
No.
We do like self-sufficient women, but there's a major difference between the two. We don't mind self-sufficiency. A woman that has her own career, her own place, cars.
I mean, facts, yeah. Preach. Said this 1,000 times. I came up with something, chat, and I want you to let me know if you agree with this. It goes back to the whole argument of a woman's past matters just like a man's future matters, right? Typically with men want to be able to customize a woman. That's why typically men like virgins, even though nowadays it's not really a thing. You're not going to go out there and find a lot of virgins. That's why sub 10 body count is what I say. If she got less than 10, you're probably in the clear. Because that tells you she's not super insecure, not looking for a lot of men's validation. So men value women's inexperience, whereas women value men's experience. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. And the reason behind that is because men like to customize their women to fit them. Women don't like to customize. Women like to experience. They like to just enjoy. They like to be with a man that already knows what he's doing. Women value experience. Men value inexperience. Do you guys agree with that? And I mainly think it just goes back to women really don't care about a man's body count. You could say 20, you could say 200. A woman might be like, "God, you have 200 body," but she really doesn't care. But as a guy, there's like a threshold. 10 bodies, I don't want, because men, we don't value your experience, whereas women, you do value our experience. You're not going to go get with a guy that's a virgin. You're like, ew, why is he a virgin? What's wrong with him? Why does he only have this many bodies? Why didn't other girls want him? That's why I say, as a high value man, 6 foot, 6 pack, 6 figures, 6 inches, and other women want you. No girl wants to just get with the guy that no other girl wants. Typically, generally, I'm just saying in general. So it's like you need to go out there and be the best version of yourself. That way other women want you. And it's kind of flattering, right? Well, like when Cass and I go out, if I'm dressed nice, my hair's done well, I smell good, she'll see other women look at me, and as much as she doesn't like it, I know she likes it deep down. She likes to know, wow, other women see my man as a man of value. They like that. They're hypergamous. They like to know that they got the best. That's why I think as men, we need to lead our households. We need to be the best versions of ourselves. We need to hold ourselves to a higher standard than anybody else. Because if you're not going to hold yourself to the highest standard, who else is going to hold you to a high standard? You know yourself, just like we talked about earlier. You know all the problems you got. You know how to fix them. You want a better diet? Eat better food. You want to be in better shape? Go to the gym. You want to be smarter? Read more books. You want to start that side hustle? Start it today. Like, you know what you should have to do. So imagine if you locked in for 6 months and actually did it. That's what I did moving to this small town. I was living in Dallas and Austin. I was around all my friends. I was having so much fun. I was going out on the weekends. We were getting drinks, always going out to eat. And I said, you know what? I heard a quote from Jim Carrey, and I'm like, if you just locked in, it's something kind of like this. Like if you just locked in for a year or two, you're going to get years ahead. Like if you're afraid to lock in for 1 to 2 years so you can live the rest of your life carefree, or maybe not carefree, but like you can live your life, the rest of your life on your terms, then it really doesn't mean that much to you. And the things in your life that you're not changing or choosing. So for me, I was like, well, I'm going to lock in. I'm going to move to a small town. I'm going to take Lokes. I'm going to take Cass. We're going to buy a small little starter home. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to lock in. I'm going to have an office and I'm going to lock in. And look where we are now. We just did 160,000 subscriber celebration. We had 100K subscribers in 1 year on YouTube. Shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to you guys. Mad love. If you guys haven't hopped into the Discord yet, please hop into the Discord. The link should be in the description. We had an incredible live stream yesterday, so shout out to everyone. Absolutely maddening between Brennan, it's LD, Alan Fogelson, all the people that donated, all the people that gifted memberships. I really do appreciate you guys. You're some absolute real ones. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Loki, did you have a good time?
I had a great time, Papa. I just want more treats, Papa.
You'll get some more later, buddy. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.